It started raining just after sunset. Kind of heavy rain. It was relentless. It turns every surface into a dull shimmer. I remember thinking it was perfect weather to stay in. No distractions. No reasons to go anywhere. My friend Paul was staying over for the night. My parents were away and it was supposed to be a fun night. I wish that was the case. We ordered food, put on a film that we barely paid attention to, and became so bored that time feels slower. The rain outside built steadily, tapping against the windows like fingers testing glass. Randomly, around 10 p.m, we heard it. 3 knocks, front door. Not loud enough to be urgent, not soft enough to ignore. Paul stopped mid-bite. "Expecting someone?" he asked. I shook my head no. "It's pouring, no one's out in this," I responded. We waited, nothing followed. No footsteps, no doorbell, just rain. I told myself it was a neighbour, maybe someone at the wrong house, maybe even a prank. The explanation lasted until it happened again. 3 knocks in the exact same way. Paul stood up. "That's not random," he said. I didn't answer. I was already watching the hallway. We waited out again. Nothing for 10 minutes. Then it came again. Same pattern. At first Paul tried to laugh it off, but I could tell that he was actually unsettled. "Could be a prank," he said. I said, "Who stands in the rain like that?" We checked the hallway light. Nothing outside. I went to the window beside the door, careful not to get too close. The street was empty. Just rain bouncing off pavement in the glow of a lamppost. Then the knocking came again, and this time it was louder. Paul stepped back. "Don't open it." "I'm not," I said. I realised I'd moved closer without thinking. We ignored it again, but it didn't stop. It continued every few minutes, like whoever was outside had time to waste. Eventually I called the non-emergency police line. Whilst I was explaining, the knocking stopped mid-sentence. Just stopped. I remember thinking that would be worse than it continuing. The operator told us to stay inside and wait for a patrol when available. Standard advice. But now the house felt different, like there's a tension in there. 10 minutes passed in silence. No rain in the door anymore, no knocks, just the weather. Then Paul, who had been staring at the hallway all evening, whispered, "There's someone in the back garden." I didn't believe him at first. The back garden was fenced and narrow, lit by nothing but motion-activated lights, and never seemed to work properly. Then I heard it. Slow movement over gravel. Not hurried, not stumbling, careful. We moved into the kitchen together. The back door had a frosted glass panel, distorted by rain. A shape formed behind it. Still, not pressing against the glass, not trying to force anything, just standing. And then, 3 knocks, same pattern. From the back door this time. Paul whispered, he's sizing us up. That sentence changed everything about how the house felt. I called the police again, louder this time. As I did, the shape outside slightly shifted. Not approaching, not leaving, just adjusting its position as if listening. Then it stepped back into the rain and disappeared. When the police arrived, they found footprints circling the house multiple times. Not random, not chaotic, circular. Observational, like someone has paced the perimeter more than once. No forced entry, no suspects. One officer looked at the footprints too long before saying, "They weren't trying to get in." "Then what were they doing?" I asked. He didn't answer right away. Then he said, "Checking the structure." We never figured out who it was, but for a long time after that night, whenever it rains heavily, I still expect a knock. 3 taps, patient and precise, like someone remembering a pattern they're not done with yet. I was walking home from a late shift when the rain started. It wasn't sudden. It built up slowly, turning the pavement glossy, the street lights stretched and smeared into the reflections. It was just after midnight. The city was mostly shut down. Shops closed, buses rare, streets empty enough that every sound felt too sharp. At first I didn't think much of it. Hood up, hands in pockets, head down. Then I noticed the reflections. Every shop window I passed showed someone behind me. A tall, dark figure. Hood up. I told myself it was just a coincidence. Someone going in the same direction. But the timing didn't match. Whenever I slowed, it slowed. Whenever I crossed the road, it mirrored the movement. I stopped once near a closed cafe, pretending to check my phone. Then the figure stopped too. That was the first moment I felt properly uneasy. I turned slightly enough just to see the street behind me. There was nothing, but the reflection still showed them. I started walking faster. The rain got heavier, louder, turning everything into static. My footsteps became harder to hear, but I started listening anyway. There was something else now, a second rhythm. Not matching mine exactly, always a fraction behind. I turned down a side street, hoping to lose whatever it was. Narrower, darker, less visibility. The kind of street where rain feels louder because there's nothing to absorb it. For a moment, I didn't see the figure anymore. Relief hit quickly, too quickly. That's when all of a sudden, I felt a strong grip of a hand on my shoulder. It pulled me back into the darkness and began to attempt to put me into a headlock. I kicked and screamed for my life, managing to get this person off me. I then ran for 5 minutes without looking back. When I ran out of breath, I stopped and looked behind me and saw nothing. That was it. I made it home in around 20 minutes and slammed the door behind me, making sure to lock it. Thankfully, nothing happened to me, but I'll be honest, I have no idea what this creep's intention was. Without a doubt, it was something sinister. It's one of those motorway drives where the rain feels like it's trying to erase the world in real time. Heavy sheets of water hit the windscreen so hard the wipers couldn't fully clear. Beyond a few metres it was just blur and headlights. I'd been driving for over an hour, tired but alert enough. That's when I noticed the car behind me. Same lane, same distance, not overtaking, not dropping back, just there. At first I ignored it. Some drivers will stick close in bad weather, but it didn't change. When I sped up, it sped up. When I slowed down, it slowed down. Always matching, always consistent. After a while, I stopped feeling accidental. I decided to change lanes. Then the car changed lanes. I signalled early. It did the same thing almost instantly. My stomach tightened. I took the next exit without planning where it led. It was a dark slip road off the motorway leading into industrial estate. Empty warehouses, no street life, just sodium lights and rain. The car followed immediately. Now I knew it wasn't random. I drove faster, took turns, looping streets, trying to shake it. But every corner I turned, it stayed behind me, never close, never farther. Like it didn't need to catch me, just keep me in sight. But then it vanished out of nowhere. There was no headlights, no reflection, there was nothing behind me. I slowed down, confused. I checked my mirrors repeatedly. Empty road. For a moment, I almost laughed at myself. Then I reached the exit of the estate, and I saw it, parked across the road ahead, facing me. That's when the car started and drove towards me in a split second. I screamed in reverse, like they do in action movies, all the way before doing a 3-point turn and flown it. I drove for another 10 minutes, and when I checked, I'd finally lost them. I felt a sense of relief and turned to the motorway to make my trip home. A few days later, I saw on the news that a driver was robbed by 3 men in a black car. It happened in the area that I was in. Thankfully I was unharmed. But always be careful, as even driving alone at night can make you a target of an evil plot. It taught me that there are some real sickos in this planet.